Hello everyone. I've had quite a few comments in regards to some of my previous videos, in particular in regards to the Synology NAS and the Apple TV videos. The requests coming through are asking me how exactly I play my movies and music and other content from my NAS through my Apple TV. Now, bear in mind I haven't jailbroken my Apple TV and I don't particularly wish to jailbreak my Apple TV. However, on my NAS, if we go into Finder here, here's my NAS. So I've got a Synology NAS 1511 Plus, which I've done videos on before. I'll link you to the videos below. Once you enable a service on the NAS called DLNA, so DLNA service needs to be enabled, you get these three folders: music, photo and video. Now these are shared across your network, hence the reason why I'm able to connect them from my Mac. Now I'll just concentrate on video for now. If I go into video, we can see I've got this video here, which I've just created a little while ago in regards to the iPhone. So if I just go into this, you can see it's another video there.
Hello everyone, this is just a very quick...
So if I close that, so we'll use that as my sample video. I do generally purchase Blu-rays and rip the Blu-rays, so I've got a digital format which I put into here. So all my movies are in here. I've got home movies that I put into this folder and a few other bits and pieces in the final folder. But anyway, we'll concentrate on this one for now. Now, I want to play this back via my Apple TV, but I don't really want to have iTunes down here running and my MacBook running at all while I'm playing it back on my Apple TV. I don't see why I need to have anything else running. If the content is on my NAS, I want to be able to run it directly from my NAS through my Apple TV onto the actual TV itself, rather than keep a MacBook or an iMac or a computer or an instance of iTunes on in between. Right, so in order to do that, as I said, make sure DLNA is enabled, and then we need to download an app on either your iPhone or your iPad. It works on both devices, called, I believe it's called AirPlayer. So I'll switch across to my iPad now, and we'll take a look at this app in a bit more depth. Okay, so here we have my iPad. This is the iPad 2, just for reference. So on my iPad I have an app down here called AirPlayer. Now bear in mind I'm in no way affiliated with this app. It's just an app I've used and it's worked for me, so I've stuck with it. And you get the updates now and again, so it's still being developed over time. Very good app. There are other apps out there that do the same thing, but this is the app that works for me, so that's the one I'm using. So this isn't an advertising campaign, or I'm in no way affiliated to AirPlayer. So if we open AirPlayer, bear in mind you can do exactly the same on your iPhone or any other iDevice. So you can watch stuff back on your iPhone and your iPad and so on. Now we see our disk station listed straight away. So that's my Synology disk station. So if I click on that, they're the three shared folders. If you recall at the beginning of this video, I did say that once DLNA is enabled, it shares these three folders out. So there are our three shared folders, and if I now click on video, there's all my video in there, and there's the sample video down the bottom. Now bear in mind I do record, or I do rip all of my movies in MP4 format, and my camcorder also records in MP4 format, which is native to Apple, so it makes it much easier to stream and airplay video. I will show you in a while how to play video in other formats, DivX, Xvid, so on. So pretty much any format can be played, and if I just click on this, it should play the video. There we go.
Hello everyone, this is just a very quick short video.
If I turn that down, so the video plays as normal. You can see at the top it's streaming the video down to my iPad, and it streams quite quickly across my network, which is good. So you can watch your movies back like this if you want to, or if I close this, I can AirPlay them across to my Apple TV. So I'm just going to start up my Apple TV and switch my my TV and everything on, and then we'll continue and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we've got our Apple TV here. First thing we need to do, is switch it on and check that AirPlay is on. So if we go down to AirPlay in the settings here, we can see that AirPlay is switched on. Hopefully we'll be able to get that just at the edge of the camera there. So AirPlay is switched on. So now you can leave it in whichever menu you want to leave it in. And if we just grab our iPad, so here's the iPad here. I won't keep it in shot for too long, I'll just get the video started. So if I just turn it this way, so there's the iPad, there's our server. So if I click on our server, click on video, start the actual video running, and you can see the little AirPlay button at the corner here. So we click on the AirPlay button, click Apple TV, and it will start playing it straight onto the Apple TV. Just turn that volume down. So that's the video now playing on the Apple TV, as we can see. So we can control it from here or switch it back to the iPad. There we go. So we'll close that up here. So we could do that with all of our movies. We can stream the movie straight from the NAS. So bear in mind, this is not using an instance of iTunes. This is grabbing the movie straight from the DLNA enabled NAS and AirPlaying it straight through the Apple TV through the TV. And you could do this with your iPad or with your iPhone. So if you haven't got an iPad, you could use your iPhone, just stream movies straight across without having to have your MacBook or your iMac or any other computer running an instance of iTunes. So that's how I usually get around that. Now I'll just quickly show you how I play DivX or Xvid enabled videos. So if we just come out of the disk station here, at the bottom down here we've got an icon called settings. So I'll click the settings tab, and if we scroll right down to the bottom, you've got lots of settings here. You've got plugin. So down the bottom here, hopefully you could see that you've got plugin. So if you click on plugin, at the moment it's set to QuickTime. So you've got a few different plugins here. At the moment it's set to QuickTime. Now if you set that to default, it will allow you to play any video format, so DivX, Xvid, MP4, any video format straight through this app. So you could watch pretty much any movie you've downloaded or any movie you've ripped, no matter which format the movie is in, you'll be able to watch it back on your iPad or on your iPhone. The catch is you won't be able to AirPlay it across to your Apple TV. You can only AirPlay MP4 or M4V compatible video. There is a way of getting around that. I mean, if you do try and AirPlay it, I believe it will only AirPlay the audio and not the video. So I guess you could AirPlay it to get better quality audio and then watch it back on your iPad. However, with the iPad 2, we now have, as you probably well know, iPad mirroring. So if, for example, I go to here and switch on the Apple TV and mirror everything across to the Apple TV, I haven't actually got any DivX movies I can show you. We can see that everything is now being played back on the TV. So I would be able to go into AirPlayer like this. Here we've got all of our settings, as I've just shown you. If I go into devices, into video, and again I can just play back the video exactly as my iPad sees it. Now I'll just pause that. So you could watch your DivX movie straight through your Apple TV just by mirroring your iPad to the Apple TV. The only drawback there is, I'm not sure if you can see it on this screen very well, is that the size of the screen, so the screen size when you mirror your iPad is limited. It won't fill your entire screen depending on the size of your screen. So if you've got a large screen, I believe this one is a 46 inch, that we're looking at the moment. So if you do have a large screen, you may not it may not fill the screen, but it's still a very good way to watch your movie. So you could in effect watch any movie format straight through your Apple TV onto your main TV just by using your iPad or your iPhone 4S in between. It does work with any iPhone, so I believe it also works with iPhone 4 with normal AirPlay. However, if you want to mirror, you need the iPhone 4S or the iPad 2, and that will allow you to play any video format across. So I hope you've found that video useful, and as I said, I'm not plugging AirPlayer, the actual app, in any way. It's just the one I use. You may find other apps out there that do exactly the same thing, but there you go. So that's playing video through your Apple TV onto your main TV screen using an iPad or iPhone in between, and without an instance of iTunes running, or without your MacBook or your iMac or any other computer running an instance of iTunes. Hope you found that useful.